Is Prince Harry about to lose everything he's worked for? Over 450 Nigerian veterans have just made a bold move, pulling out of the 2026 Invictus Games, an event he once championed as their savior. Imagine the shock, the disappointment. These men and women who've sacrificed so much are now walking away from a cause that was meant to lift them up. But why? What happened behind the scenes? In this video, we're diving deep into the unfolding scandal surrounding Prince Harry, the Invictus Games, and the broken promises that have left these veterans feeling betrayed. From missing resources to complete silence from Harry's team, it's clear something went terribly wrong. These veterans were promised support, hope, and a chance to heal, but instead, they got nothing but empty words. And now, they're demanding accountability. Stick around, because what we uncover today could change everything you thought you knew about the Invictus Games. Prince Harry and the royal family's real role in these so-called charitable endeavors. You won't believe what's really going on behind those polished smiles. Prince Harry's involvement in the Invictus Games has always been seen as a shining example of the royal family engaging in meaningful, heartfelt charity work. But what happens when the very veterans he vowed to help turn their backs on him? The Invictus Games, meant to be a sanctuary for wounded soldiers, is now at the center of a storm. And it's not just a minor glitch, this is a full-blown crisis. Over 450 Nigerian veterans have announced their withdrawal from the 2026 Games. And they're not just pulling out quietly. They are demanding Prince Harry's removal as the patron of the Invictus Games. The real question is, what went wrong? It's not just about a few disappointed athletes. It's about a massive failure of trust. Imagine being promised everything: funding, support, and training, only to show up and realize those promises were empty. That's exactly what happened to the Nigerian team after the 2025 Games in Canada. Veterans who were promised that their participation would not only be a chance to compete, but would also aid in their recovery and reintegration into society, were left stranded. No training, no resources, no support. The very things they had been told would help them heal were nowhere to be found. Now, this is where the real shocker comes in. Prince Harry, the supposed champion of these veterans, has remained silent in the face of mounting anger. This isn't just about a logistical failure. This is about the personal and emotional betrayal felt by these veterans. The Invictus Games were supposed to represent resilience and recovery, but now it's a symbol of neglect. How did we get here? How did an event that started with so much promise become the very thing it sought to replace? An institution that promises so much but delivers so little. The veterans' anger isn't just rooted in unmet promises. It's about something far deeper: their dignity, their struggle, and the sense that they were used. The Invictus Games were always more than just a competition. They were a lifeline for these veterans. For many, it was a chance to prove to themselves that they could overcome their wounds, both physical and emotional. And now, they feel like they've been discarded, as though their struggles were never truly understood. These veterans sacrificed so much for their countries, and in return, they were promised a chance to heal, yet they were left abandoned when it mattered most. But let's take a moment to step back and ask ourselves, was this failure a result of bad management? Or does it point to a deeper issue? Is it possible that Prince Harry, despite his well-meaning intentions, was never truly equipped to be the leader of such a monumental cause? It's easy to be swept up in the media-friendly narrative of the royal family doing good, of Harry standing up for veterans. But is there a hidden cost behind that polished image? Looking back, this isn't the first time the royal family has been involved in controversies around charity work. Remember Princess Diana, who was adored for her charity work, but her efforts were also plagued by criticisms of mismanagement and a failure to follow through. The public's perception of charity work done by royals is often influenced more by their image than by the reality of the support they provide. And now, with Prince Harry at the helm of the Invictus Games, we're seeing similar issues arise. It's not enough to show up for photo ops and interviews. It takes follow-through, dedication, and, most importantly, accountability. But it seems that, in this case, Harry fell short. What's worse is Harry's silence. This isn't just about missed promises. It's about leadership. When faced with the anger and frustration of those who had placed their trust in him, his response, or lack of it, has only added fuel to the fire. The veterans have cried out for help, but Harry hasn't stepped out forward to acknowledge their pain. The longer he stays silent, the more his credibility suffers. And this isn't just an isolated incident. It's starting to reshape the narrative of the Invictus Games itself. For the Nigerian veterans, this isn't just a decision to pull out of a competition. This is a statement. They're sending a message loud and clear. The games they once believed in no longer hold the same value. The sense of betrayal goes beyond just the logistical failures. It's about feeling like pawns in a larger public relations campaign. The Invictus Games were supposed to be a platform for their voices to be heard, but now they feel silenced, abandoned by the very person who was supposed to champion their cause. This shift in perception is dangerous, not just for Prince Harry, but for the future of the Invictus Games itself. What was once a beacon of hope is now at risk of losing its credibility. The Games have always been more than just about competition. They've been about giving veterans a second chance, helping them recover from their injuries, both mental and physical. But if the Games can't even deliver on basic promises, what's left? Can they still be seen as a symbol of hope, or have they become another royal spectacle, designed to improve a public image rather than make a real difference? Let's not forget that the Invictus Games have always been about the veterans. They were supposed to be at the heart of the event, not merely props for the cameras. But now, with the failure to support the Nigerian veterans, we have to ask ourselves, was Harry's involvement ever really about them? Or was it about creating an image that would appeal to the public? And now, as we approach the 2026 Games, the question remains, can the Invictus Games recover from this scandal? The organizing committee faces a monumental task of rebuilding trust within the veteran community. How can they move forward and prove that the Games are still worthy of the veterans' trust? The veterans have already made their feelings clear. Will the public follow suit? If the Games are to survive, they will need more than just a change in leadership. They will need to rebuild the very foundation of what they were meant to represent: resilience, recovery, and a commitment to those who have given so much. It's a sad day when an event meant to heal becomes a symbol of neglect. And as for Prince Harry, this scandal could have far-reaching consequences. The public is beginning to question his motivations and whether he will ever be able to regain the trust he has lost. For now, all we can do is wait and see. Will Harry step up and take responsibility, or will he continue to remain silent as the legacy of the Invictus Games crumbles around him? In the end, it's not just about the veterans. It's about whether Prince Harry and the royal family at large can maintain any semblance of credibility when it comes to their charitable endeavors. If they fail to follow through on promises made to those who need help the most, can they really claim to be the champions they've portrayed themselves to be? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the Invictus Games and Prince Harry's role in them will never be the same again. As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that the situation surrounding Prince Harry and the Invictus Games has sparked a major shift. What was once seen as a noble cause, an event that brought hope and healing to so many veterans, is now in jeopardy. Over 450 Nigerian veterans have pulled out, and their frustration is a stark reminder that words without action are hollow. Harry's failure to deliver on his promises, coupled with his silence, has left many questioning his true intentions. Was this ever about the veterans, or was it simply another royal PR move? But this isn't just about Harry. This is about the future of the Invictus Games itself. Can it recover from this scandal? Can trust ever be rebuilt after such a breach? And what does this mean for charity work involving the royal family going forward? The narrative surrounding the Invictus Games is shifting, and it's not going to be easy to turn back. So, what do you think? Do you believe Prince Harry should step down as the patron of the Invictus Games? Can the organization recover from this crisis, or has the damage been done? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on this controversial issue. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of the royal family. We've got plenty more stories coming your way, and you won't want to miss them. Make sure to ring that notification bell so you stay up to date with everything happening behind the palace walls. Thanks for watching.